functional medicine actually saved me from a lot of symptoms that I was having with sleep. My nervous system was completely shot. I'd have panic attacks in the middle of the night. And I didn't think it at the time because I really enjoyed doing all the things I was working on. You know, when I first moved to California, I had no health background whatsoever. I had no interest. It wasn't important to me. I was obviously much younger at the time. So moving to Santa Barbara, jumping into a martial arts studio, I really got submerged in health, fitness, moving your body, and all that. So I got nutrition certified. I was a fitness coach for a while, and I absolutely loved that world. When I changed into the functional medicine space, that was all really new to me and fascinating because it was a really new area. It was up and kind of coming, but at the same time, there's a lot of unknowns. And for me personally, I didn't have a lot of knowledge in the functional integrative space. As I started working too hard and getting to burnout modes and not only building this business, but also building 2 other nonprofit side hustles, I got extremely burnt out. I was completely depleted. And so when I started running my levels and being more curious about like, hey, something's really not right. I didn't want to actually address the fact that I was working too much. But when I saw the levels and I got it explained to me in the functional medicine integrative space in the clinic, I was like such an eye-opener. And I found out so many things about myself, about what my body needed beyond me actually slowing down. That was really, really important. And when I look back actually in health issues that I had in my younger teens, I realized if I knew the knowledge I had now, I wouldn't have done half those things. I had to have surgery on my stomach when I was 16 years old. But knowing what I know now, I would have never had to do that. You know, knowing about parasites, knowing about breathwork even. And that's why I love the holistic approach of integrative and functional medicine. It is fascinating what your body will do with the right healing components if you're willing to listen to your body and actually take it serious. So when I really realized, okay, I'm not sleeping and I'm not going to medicate myself and I really need to take a look at the root cause, it's a really personal journey, but you have to go inward to figure that out and then get the support that you need, but also be willing to want the change and want the information. Sometimes the information can be really overwhelming, but I think when you're at a point where, I can speak for myself, when I was at a point of just stress, and I was like, I can't function like this anymore. I had to take some change in what I was doing with my lifestyle. Even though I was working out, I knew the basic foundations. My nutrition was on point. I was getting movement in my day, still wasn't sleeping. I was slowing down my work hours, but implementing breath work, implementing some of the medications in the treatment plan that I did. Peptides at the time I wasn't super involved in, but I did lots of gut health stuff. Just even my vitamin Ds, I have a certain mutation in my genes that I don't methylate B vitamins. So implementing that was a humongous game changer. Without that, I'm surprised I even functioned. And this is what is so interesting to me, that many people are still getting basic panels, comprehensive panels, 3 different panels that pull your generics. Oh, you're within the range. I've done that. I've pulled those ranges and then be basic. And those are like, okay, standard, you're within range. And then pulling specific, like my vitamin Ds, my B levels, my iron specifically, and then being them completely messed up was mind-boggling to me. And it was like, if I'm in this field and I feel like this and I'm getting so many ahas, like how many people out there don't have this advantage and are not getting the knowledge? They just think that they're fine and they're walking around like in total distress of how do I function and how do I get help? Like that has got to be such a torturing feeling. And I know it because I was there, of like, what do I do to get help? How do I get better? Because this isn't sustainable. And then it can go down fast, you know, like if you don't treat your symptoms, if you don't get help, if you don't slow down. We all know that. But unfortunately, it takes something kind of harsh, like not getting any sleep, or there's a lot of different things. My panic attacks were the big one. My body's telling me something's not right. A good friend of mine was asking me like, I don't feel right. And I said to her, it could just be, don't be afraid to ask questions and try to get information. I think a lot of people are scared that they're going to get like a bad report. You know, like, oh, ignorance is bliss. If I don't know, then I don't need to do anything about it and I'm not accountable. It could be a small titrate. I mean, me taking injectable B12 complex complete game changer for my life. I will never not do that. So that's why I always tell, if you need just to find out where your levels are, even if you are healthy, I love telling people, get your levels checked out now and see where you're at. So when things go strange, you can compare them to a really good panel. But, education in your hands is powerful to be able to know what's going on in your body. It's your body. It's your responsibility. It's easier said than done, especially when you're feeling all right and you're kind of walking around and you're like, yeah, I feel pretty good. But if you want to feel awesome, or if you know something's not right, there's a lot of really great information out there. Like even breathwork. Breathwork has changed my life. And I learned that through, being with other trusted partners that I work with that are in the holistic wellness space. And yeah, there's so much good out there that can be powerful for people for change if they want it. And if you have any questions related to this video, please comment below and we'd be happy to answer them.